Let's talk about this new Marvel rumor that's going around. Kevin Feige's X-Men is going to, you guessed it, be female-focused so that they can deliver some kind of message, I'm sure. New rumors fit with what was previously said about the team. Will it be any good? No, it won't be any good. I can answer that immediately. And, you know, the idea of a X-team with a bunch of women on it, that's not even outside of the comic books. There's so many of them. There's always been a lot of women in the X-Men, and it's not a big deal. And as soon as people start talking about this, all those cancel pigs are going to come out. There's always been women on the X-Men team. You're right. Definitely has been. The difference, though, between then and now is now you have people with no talent doing it, and it's not being done for any kind of progression in the story or because the characters just have naturally earned their way on there. No, it's going to be done to push a message, and that's the problem. Whenever something like this is done, it's done to do some kind of message push. But here's a bunch of, some of them are the same, like there's two Storms on here, but this, I didn't make this collage, but it's still got enough of the female X people on it to show, like there was a lot of them in the Fox stuff too. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. I think they even made a joke in one of them, like that there's a bunch of, they should change to X women because there's so many women on the team. I think that was in Dark Phoenix, though, which is an awful movie. But my point is nobody gave you shit. I mean, there was a bunch of women on the team, but they weren't pushing a message. The only thing that was usually being pushed was entertainment. But I don't think having a team, especially if it was majority women, is going to really matter because it always has kind of been that way. There's always been a shitload of women on the X-Men teams. But to purposely mold the team that way has me kind of like, what the hell are you doing? Are you going to like gender swap characters, which we do know that the modern Marvel universe is not scared to do. So it could be possible that the team is all women. We have had kind of hints of this for a long time, particularly when Victoria Alonso, who's no longer with the company, said that the term X-Men is outdated. She said that it's a little outdated and it needs updating, which led to the rumor that they were going to just drop the X-Men brand itself and call them the Mutants. That would be the name of their movies going forward. The Mutants, not the X-Men. They would become the Mutants because Stan Lee kicked that around. That was the original idea. That's how they were defending it. And it's like, well, there was a reason that got shot down and not used because it was a stupid name. X-Men is better. X-Men sounds a hell of a lot cooler. It's a very established brand, too. There's also a rumor that was going around for a long time saying, oh, you like Wolverine? Wait till you see Kevin Feige's plans for him. That was a big red flag. So I think this is going to be, you could possibly see something like that Madam Web movie, that girl power cringe-ass movie, or the Marvels. That worked out so well. It's wild to me that he's still going to try to move forward with some of these ideas after that catastrophic flop that the Marvels was. The Marvels was a catastrophic flop. The last thing people want is more of that. Oh, by the way, Kamala Khan definitely going to be in the team. 100%. She's already on the team in the comics. The difference, though, in the comics and here, though, is this actress that plays her is likable. I think if anybody could, for the first time ever, make that character somewhat likable and popular, it would be her. She's a likable actress, too. I don't have any problems with her. In fact, I don't even know if it would be that bad. The messaging is what needs to go. If you could just make a fun X-Men movie, I don't think anybody will care no matter what you do. But It can't be all women. You need to have Beast, Cyclops. I mean, you're already introducing Kelsey Grammer Beast anyway. So there's going to be men on it, but the female-focused messaging that's being kicked here is what has me like raising red flags. So Feige and Marvel are currently moving to the X-Men in the MCU, which is either thought to start in Deadpool 3 or Avengers Secret Wars. Secret Wars is where that's going to happen. Going to get introduced in Deadpool 3, going to happen in Secret Wars. I've already broken that down. They're obviously going to do the Battle World thing. And then at the end of the movie, or at the end of the comic book run, elements from... So there's 2 Secret Wars. There's Secret Wars 1, 2, and then there's a third one. So there's 3, sorry. The third one was more modern. That was took place in a world called Battle World. And at the end of it, basically that entire event existed to move Miles Morales into the 616. Miles Morales and a lot of his family and elements of him got retconned at the end into the 616. My guess is they're going to do something like that with the mutants from the Fox universe. So they'll be retconned in to the 616 MCU. That, I guarantee you, is what's going to happen. They're gonna do it that way, and it'll be like they were always there, even though they weren't, because even Miles retains some of his alternate universe memories. If that, this is the most basic summary I can give you on it. Following those movies, which are thought to put the final nail in the coffin of the Fox Marvel universe, it's assumed Feige will introduce the MCU's new X-Men. Well, according to rumors, Feige's X-Men is all about the female characters. What do the rumors say? According to scooper Daniel RPK, who recently nailed the info about Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards in Fantastic Four, the initial idea from Kevin Feige is to focus on the female members of the X-Men. It's further said that Kevin Feige wants to move the X-Men in the MCU as far away as possible and make them different than what Fox did with its franchise and movies. Worth a note is that Feige worked on the Fox movies, and that is where he got his start working under Fox X-Men producer Lauren Donner. It's added, so going in a different direction means no Magneto in the MCU at first, and that's the MCU's big X-Men villain. And that the MCU's big X-Men villain will be Mr. Sinister. That was being kicked around too. That's actually not a bad... I like Mr. Sinister, but the problem is I wonder which one they're going to go with. Because the modern one, the new one, is very flamboyant. So I'm wondering what they're going to do with him. I think the X-Men in the MCU is going to be a disaster. And it's going to be the final knock on Kevin Feige. I think it's going to be so bad that it gets him finally fired. Because phases 4 and 5 so far have been a disaster. So I think it's going to really screw him, and it's going to get him kicked out. Alarm bells are sounding. As we all know, Kevin Feige's approach to diversity has been a complete failure. Absolutely. However, Feige will use these X-Men to send a message, and that's in response to this part here, saying, yeah, there's been a lot of long-time fan favorites of these characters. And there's already a lot of strong women characters. However, Feige wants to send a message. So I think it's going to be bad. This sounds exciting on paper, but it's actually not that exciting if you consider how Feige wants the MCU X-Men to appear post-Secret Wars, tweeted the Can We Get Some Toast Twitter account, which appears to be a PR-run account, possibly by Disney and or Marvel. The current idea to reboot the X-Men in the MCU does not feature Wolverine on the team, which probably because they want to put him in a solo movie, if it's even a him, because if they use Secret Wars, they could bring in X-23, and that was an idea that I saw floating out there, and I wouldn't say that it's far-fetched either. So you have Hugh Jackman in Secret Wars, because I guess he's got multiple movies under his belt in a contract. So you have him in Secret Wars, he dies or something, and Laura from Logan comes in and replaces him in the MCU. What a dumb move that would be. You can have X-23. I like X-23. I don't like her as Wolverine. That was another example of just bad, stupid decision-making at Marvel. Well, we have this character. Everyone loves her. Everyone likes her. And I'm sure there's some people that'll say they don't like her, but that's fine. Majority of people thought she was okay. And that was when she was her own character. She was X-23. She was her own woman. She was kind of a derivative of Wolverine, but still kind of different enough where she was interesting. And they're like, well, we're going to just rip that all off, and she's going to say she's Wolverine now. Oh, wow, that's cool. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.